our passionately held beliefs about a number of projects, will naturally and spontaneously arrive and start functioning if we start putting together a centrally organized coalition, governing body for establishing something that can function as a constitutionally lawful government for the honorable people of the USA.
It's called...
because presently we have no national government. There's a vacuum here. There's no sense of guidance and direction. There's a whole lot of confusion going around, and it's got to be up to people like us to put together something that will actually function to produce guidance and direction for the American people.
That's right. And what you have the form of government that we're talking about is the townships, and you can start a township on a farm. That's how your town started with. Not only that, we can go back into these small towns and say, let us show you a plan for restoring your community. We'd like to make your little town the center of all of these Liberty villages that we're going to put on all of these farms and ranches here. I plan on running ads with you to asking the farmers and ranchers, let's put some Americans to work. Let's make your farm productive. Let's make this town a center for manufacturing wind and solar power generators. Let's do this together.
I think James had a comment there.
Well, one of the things we have to do is people have no understanding of how common law works in the lex non scripta, the law not written capacity. They don't understand how if you do write a law down, how you can use it for your benefit and how it will hurt you if you use it as a statutory guide. Because quite literally, the letter of the law kills. And when we talk about these communities in a central document, you can't really use a centralized system of government because literally the geography, the climate, all will affect the laws that operate for that particular unique community. And it's not universal. Things that are universal is shedding innocent blood is murder. We can all agree on that. Do not bear false witness. Those things are pretty hard and fast. But when it comes to the general things, there has to be, and I'm going off the letter of the law kills, the spirit of the law brings life. The purpose of the law is justice. And so if the statutory law demands X, and you do X, it causes damage. That's where the letter of the law kills. Where you need it is flexibility. And that's why I was mentioning if it's just a standard which you can compare to here, this is what works in this point, but people in another community with a different geography, a different climate, a different culture, a different faith can still operate because those, that best serves their community, but they can communicate with the other communities, and that's where the strength comes in, is where they have something in common, but it's not so rigid as to cause them damage.
I put out an article not too long ago about these white racists out there. If you're up there talking about calling blacks mud people and stuff like that, you got no business being around me because I'll slap the tar out of you. I got no tolerance for that. I don't care what religion you are, and under my concept for Liberty Villages, if you're white and you want to live with other white folks, find 10 of them, put together your own village, and go over here. And I may go over and visit that Mexican village, anytime I want a good taco. I might go over and visit the Chinese village if I wanted some good Chinese food, And if I wanted some lox and bagels, I'll go over here to the Jewish camp, and let's see who produces the most. This is we're talking about being productive, and I would see these villages as competing for each other. We sold over 100 solar units last month. We sold over 100 here, and we did 50. We did 50. So that kind of competition, and it's we're talking about cooperation here. What I'm proposing is basically a type of co-op, so you can get your sugar, your coffee, your tea, your bananas or whatever, at wholesale, plus 10, as part of the co-op. So we cut down our cost of living, we cut down and we work together, and we're being productive, and there are roadblocks. I mean, they don't want this. They are going to try to stop you from doing that. That's what this bill S510 is about, to keep you from going on a garden in your backyard. What I'm proposing, you can do in a block in the middle of Dallas. If everybody on that block, if you went over to your neighbors and said, look, let's put a garden in the backyard. Let's put a garden in the backyard and put a wind generator on here, and tell the neighborhood association to take a hike.
Right.
We can do this.
Comments?
Go ahead.
I'm thinking that yeah, all of that is part of the larger picture that we're moving towards. But Clay, to flash back on our email announcement there, we had 3 basic concepts that we were going to try to focus on, and one of them was to get funding for our media people that are our eyes and ears, and James is the fellow I quoted at the end of that email about communications is more important than assault rifles. Did I quote you correctly there, James?
Yeah, because essentially that's what a general does. His army has to be supplied with beans, bullets, blankets, and the like, and it's only communications that tells him how to do the logistics to get the materials to the people, and the people and the materials to the battle, and the again, geography, climate, culture, all of those things affect the fight. And there has to be the Constitution of Maine, and it's not going to work as a constitution for the state of Hawaii. There's differences, and so there has to be flexibility in there. But it's communications that allows the coordination to get those with specialized skills, which gives efficiency, which gives productivity, which produces the wealth. You've got to let the ones that can go and do their best, and communications allows that.
That is exactly, that's the ADL, or Southern Poverty Law, accused me of being the information officer for the militia in New Mexico. Well, I was the information officer for all of America, because the Free American was the only one that was promoting the concept of the militias, which, folks, ain't a terrorist organization anywhere. It is every able-bodied male between the ages of 18 and 45 by U.S. code. It is, the Southern Poverty Law, Homeland Security came out with some bullshit about the militias, and the Albuquerque Journal called me up and asking me about it, and I said, what part of the Second Amendment don't you understand? Militias are a part of our society. It is, and the governor could call us up at any time, couldn't he?
Yeah, if he had just cause.
Yes.
Which he usually doesn't. But in terms of getting economic resources to honorable media outreach programs such as your Free American Project and other good media people around here, that is a very prioritized concern that I think deserves to be focused on, and I think that's more at the I look at the eye of the Illuminati on the back of the dollar bill pyramid thing. I like to use that as a positive frame of reference for my brain about how to organize here. And talking about the Liberty Villages, you're talking about like the whole bottom of the pyramid, a whole bunch of bricks down there at the bottom that are providing the support for the whole national organizational structure, because there's so many of them and they're so small all across the nation. But in terms of figuring out how the entire nation needs to be organized in things, we need to be talking about how the information flow is coming together, what kind of central processing unit that we've got designed to process the incoming information, the decisions we arrive at concerning things like editorial policy and